Good morning, student. I, Kinnari Dave, welcomes you all for Standard 11, Unit 4, Part 6, Chemical Bonding and Molecular Structure. Student, in the Part 5, we have studied about the covalency and the ionic bond structure characteristics, hybridization. So till part 5 we have studied about that. Now before going to the VSE PR theory, we have to study about the resonance structure also, and one is Born-Haber cycle. Born-Haber cycle is what, student? As we have studied during the ionic bond formation, the lattice enthalpy is more effective characteristics or more important characteristics for the formation of the ionic bond or ionic compound. So Born-Haber cycle, from the Born-Haber cycle we can get an idea how much strong is that particular ionic structure is. But before going to that, in today's our video we are going to study, or we are going to cover the two part. The first one, it is a resonance structure, and another topic is that Born-Haber cycle. So first we'll go with the resonance structure. Student, what is resonance structure actually? Resonance structure, it is a theoretical structure and the idea was given by the Heisenberg. Actually, how this idea came to the Heisenberg mind, or this concept came to the Heisenberg mind, because some of the molecule are having some different characteristics when they observed practically, and when they have seen the theoretically, it is some difference between that. So resonance structure idea concept was given by the Heisenberg, and it is a totally theoretical concept, student. So before going to start what is resonance, I'll just explain you from the molecule. So I'll take the example of ozone molecule. So we'll just draw the ozone molecule on the board, and from that we'll understand what is the resonance. Student, any of the resonance if we want to draw, we have to draw the Lewis structure. So we'll take the example of ozone. As you know, ozone, the 3 oxygen is there. So for the each oxygen, it is having the 6 valence electron. So I am drawing the 6 electron for each of the oxygen, and we can try to conclude what is exactly resonance. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 for this. For this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 for this, and the same way 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 for this, student. Now here maybe there is a possibility of only single bond, and here there is a possibility of the double bond. This is the one structure. Now some other way, one of the student have drawn the double bond. In place of here, he has drawn the double bond on this right hand side. So another characteristics way to show this is, there are these 3 oxygen atom, same way 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. As I said, one student have drawn the double bond on left hand side, and another one is thinking, why cannot draw the double bond on the right hand side? So he or she may be also right. Here also you can draw the double bond, and here it is a single bond. Means, student, we can say that here in this molecule, O3 molecule, there is a one double bond and one single bond in that ozone molecule. Some may be either right side double bond is showing, and some may be showing in the left hand side the double bond. So here the problem is, or here the question is, To solve this problem, the alternative structure may be drawn. Means either this or either this. Which one is correct, student? That we cannot say which one is correct. So here, when the bond length of this both the structure, so as you know, the single bond length is higher than the double bond length, and double bond length is more than the triple bond length. Means if we can say that, so theoretical and practical, the bond length is observed by the scientist is totally different. As I said, the resonance is a theoretical concept. So bond length of this structure is 141 picometer. It is seen by the theoretical, that is 148 picometer for the single bond, and if for the double bond, but natural it is less than the single bond. So here for that, it observed by the scientists, it is 121 picometer. Single bond is 148 picometer and double bond is 121 picometer. Same way here also, because this both is the same structure. So here also single bond is 148 picometer. This is the theoretical value. So now the practically they observed, it must be nearer to this only, because as the single bond is the higher bond length than the double bond. But when the scientists have observed it in the practical manner, they see something different. And what they saw, student? Here they saw the bond length of both the OO bond is 128 picometer. Bond length for both OO bond oxygen 1, oxygen 2 and oxygen 3. When they observed it in the practically, they observed OO bond between 1 and 2 and OO bond between 1 and 3. So bond length is same. And this is the exactly shown by this dash line. So this is said as it is a resonance. The individual structure are called the resonance structure, or we can say that it is a contributing structure also. It is also known as contributing structure. These two structure are resonance structure and that is a practical structure. So how we can observe or how we can show this theoretical resonance structure? By putting arrow on both the side. This way we can show that hybrid structure for this resonance structure. So now you will get an idea, student, what is the resonance structure. So we say that the actual structure is a resonance hybrid of these two structure. This is our actual structure. So this actual structure is a resonance hybrid of, this is known as actual structure. So actual structure is resonance hybrid of above two structure. Above two structure means this two contributing structure. This is actual structure. तो ये उसका hybrid structure है. And this is only theoretical, student. As I said before start the topic, I said the Heisenberg is having this the theoretical concept. So it is only theoretical concept and convenient way of picturing a molecule. Wherever the Lewis dot structure fails to explain the shape of the molecule, or we can say that the properties of the molecule this resonance will help us little bit for this structure. So here this is the contributing structure, or it is known as the actual structure, which actual structure is a hybrid of the resonance structure, and it is totally the convenient way to show the picturing of the molecule. One more example students I am going to take to make you clear about this. Now O3 के बाद में हम एक लेते हैं बेंजीन, जो आप सब बहुत अच्छी तरह से जानते हो, बेंजीन. So here what is the formula of benzene student? Very good. C6H6. So we'll draw the structure for the benzene, that is, as it is having the 6 carbon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon. Now each carbon is attached with the hydrogen. So here it is CH, 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 CH and CH student. Now as you know, the carbon is having the 4 valence electrons. So the 4 valency of the carbon should be satisfied. Now if we'll think about this carbon, then this carbon is having only 3 valency. 1, 2 and 3. So here we can put the double bond. So this is the 4 valency of this carbon 1 is satisfied. Now we'll go with the second number carbon. So 2, then 3 and 4. So this carbon 4 valency is satisfied. Now we'll go with the carbon number 3. So this carbon is having 1, 2 and 3 only. 3 valency is satisfied. So for that here we are putting the double bond. So now this same way, now this is the way to complete the octet of the carbon, CC bond. Now one more child is applying the same, but not between the 1 and 2 number. He tried to apply this from 1 and 6 number. So another way is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As I said, another student is trying to fulfilling this octet rule, not by keeping between the 1 and 2 number of carbon, but he tries to put between 1 and 6 number of carbon. So here he placing the double bond, then now he comes to here and he come to here. Both the students are right student. So this is known as the resonance structure of benzene. So by putting the arrow on both the side, we can show the resonance structure. One more example of student we are just going to take, that is the SO2. So as you know, S and oxygen, SO2 as I said, then SO2. How many number of valence electron sulfur is having student? Oxygen, okay, oxygen you have to show the 6 number of electrons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Here also 6 number of electron as I showed you. Now here any of this is possible by showing the double bond student. So here SO2, so here also one side is double bond and here it is a single bond. And here you can say that this sulfur is donor to the oxygen. So they put the arrow in such a way that donor to acceptor. So this is the one resonance structure. And if you will go with the another way, another child is trying to put this double bond on right hand side. So here S, O and O. Same way you can just put the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. This way you can just complete the octet for this both oxygen, and here 1, 2, here only a single bond, and here this is the lone pair of electrons. So now here this oxygen and sulfur, this donor and acceptor. So this is also known as resonance of sulfur. Hope student you understand it clearly. Same way you can go with the, suppose we'll take the one more example, that is NO3 minus ion. ये मैंने शायद से पहले भी आपको समझाया हुआ था student. So NO3 minus ion, how we'll just go with that. Nitrogen, what is the valence electron of the nitrogen is having, student? Because now oxygen valency is remembered by you, we have taken the number of example of oxygen only. So as you know, the nitrogen is with the 5 number. So NO3, 1 N central atom, oxygen, oxygen, oxygen. Each oxygen is having the 6 number of electron. So now you, in place of drawing the double bond it everywhere, you know that one is the double bond and another 2 oxygen is with the single bond of with the nitrogen, and then also 1 electron is remaining with the nitrogen. So first of all I'll give the numbering to the oxygen, number 1, oxygen number 2 and oxygen number 3. Now first of all I am just applying the double bond with oxygen number 1, and remaining oxygen NO bond is a single bond. So where you think the valency of this is fulfilled and this nitrogen is donor of the electron to this oxygen number 2. Another way, now you are just keeping the double bond on number oxygen 2 and the donor to acceptor is oxygen number 3. And the third structure, resonance structure for NO3 minus is double bond is with the oxygen number 3 and the donor to acceptor will be the oxygen number 1. So these 3 are the resonance structure of NO3 minus ion. These 3 are the resonance structure of NO3 minus ion, student. Now this, where the minus charge comes, for that I had already explained you in the 5th video, but then also what is the condition for this drawing of this resonance? First of all, the contribution structure should have same atomic position. You can see that atomic position is same. Nitrogen is in the center, so nitrogen is in the center for each of the resonance. Oxygen, they are placed at the proper level. So the contribution structure should have the same atomic position. Number of unpaired electrons should be also same. Here you can see that oxygen with the 6 number of electron and unpaired electron for this is also same. Now here this unpaired electron, if we will see, then that unpaired electron for that is also the same. The third condition, energy must be also same, student. So this is the condition to draw the resonance structure. And the most important thing is like charge should not reside on adjacent atom. This is very important. Like charges, suppose here also minus and here also minus, it is not possible. Here you can see that this oxygen possesses the minus charge. So like charges, here minus charge and here it is a minus charge. So the like charge should not reside on the adjacent atom. Adjacent atom में like charges नहीं है here, है ना student? You can see that. So this is the main condition to draw the resonance. Now if we'll think about the resonance energy, then resonance energy is equal to actual bond energy subtract minus energy of the most stable resonating structure. Out of these three, which one is the most stable? That will be subtracted from the total energy, that is known as the resonance energy, students. And just keep in your mind, more the resonance structure, more is the energy and the stability is more. This will help you in the standard 12 for the organic part. So this sentence which lastly I have written, greater the resonance and its energy, more is the stability. So this is the resonance structure. Hope so this topic is very clear to you, students. Now our next topic is, that is the Born-Haber cycle. So student, now next our topic is Born-Haber cycle. Born-Haber cycle means what? As I said previously, as we started the topic of today's, I said the ionic enthalpy, ionic formation or ionic bond formation is totally depends on the enthalpy. So now here Born-Haber cycle gives an idea related to the how much the enthalpy for the formation of that ionic bond. If the ionic bond formation or ionic enthalpy, or we can say that the formation enthalpy is much negative, the stability of that ionic bond is more. Means Born-Haber cycle gives the idea how much strong is that ionic bond. So just look at the board, student. Born-Haber cycle means formation of ionic bond which depends on lattice enthalpy. As I said, this is totally depends on the lattice enthalpy. So we can say that lattice enthalpy is directly proportional to the attraction of the two atoms. So force of attraction, so lattice enthalpy is directly proportional to the force of attraction between two atoms. How much stronger that ionic crystal or ionic characteristics of that bond is depends on totally the lattice enthalpy. And how much negative is the lattice enthalpy, more is the strength or the stronger is that ionic compound. So student, here I am taking the example of NaCl. As you know, the NaCl is very good common example for the ionic compound, and Na plus and plus Cl minus gives the NaCl. So student, directly Na plus and Cl minus मिलके NaCl हो जाता है, और it comes to the step by step and we get the formation enthalpy, that is known as the formation enthalpy. So whenever this reaction occurs, Na solid plus half Cl2 gaseous gives NaCl solid. Actually this is the reaction, and this reaction, it is known as the formation, as here we have written formation of ionic bond. So for this the enthalpy is minus 411 kilojoule per mole. Now we'll just see how this formation occurs. सोडियम में से किस तरह से सोडियम प्लस बनता है, Cl में से किस तरह से Cl माइनस बनता है, and in each and every step there is a different energy, and that energy summation comes to the formation enthalpy, student. So the first step for this reaction is Na is in the solid form, which we have to convert it into the gaseous form, student. So as you know, the solid is directly turns into the gaseous form. That process is known as the sublimation process. So whenever this Na solid is turns to the gaseous, that enthalpy is known as the sublimation enthalpy. So the first step, it is the sublimation step. First step is a sublimation step. In this sublimation step, Na solid is directly turns into the Na gaseous form, and at that time the sublimation enthalpy delta SH, sublimation enthalpy is 108 kilojoule per mole. After that, now the sodium turns into the gaseous form. Now sodium can release that valence electron which is there in the outermost shell, and sodium become the positive ion. So next step for this, sodium, this gaseous form gives one electron and it turns into the Na plus gaseous form plus electron, and that is known as the ionization enthalpy. So second step is ionization enthalpy. Ionization. So here in this second step, delta IH, I means ionization, and that enthalpy is 496 kilojoule per mole, student. Now after that, sodium turns into sodium plus, which is required for formation of Na plus. So sodium turns into the Na plus gaseous form. Now it's a time for the Cl. So what is happening over here? This half Cl2, this is half Cl2 gaseous form turns into the Cl2 by decomposition, student. Here you can see that half Cl2. By this reaction, we have half Cl2 and we required the Cl. So here the third step, it is a decomposition reaction. Decomposition reaction. So half Cl2 turns into the Cl gaseous form. So delta decomposition enthalpy is 121 kilojoule per mole, and this Cl gaseous form will take the electron from this Na which had released, and it becomes the Cl minus, and that is known as electron gain enthalpy, student. So here this Cl gaseous form takes the electron which is released by the sodium, and this Cl turns into the Cl minus gaseous form, and this enthalpy or this step is known as electron gain enthalpy. Electron gain enthalpy. So after this four step formation occurs, and electron gain enthalpy delta EGH is equal to minus 349 kilojoule per mole, and after the summation of these four steps, we get this answer is correct or not. That we'll see, student. So first of all, as you know, 108 plus 496 plus 121 plus minus 349. Student, fastly utilize the calculator and do the answer. Meanwhile, I am writing one more question for you on the board, student. So just check it whether the answer is correct or not. Student, what is your answer? You have to do the summation of this. And just tell me the answers. Pick out the answer fastly. Very good, student. Means your answer is correct. Correct, student. 725, and here you have a minus 349. So you have to subtract 725 minus 349 and is equal to So your answer is, student, minus 411 kilojoule per mole. So this is your correct answer, student. So now you can say that from this the stability is more because the value is negative. So more the negative value, more is the stability. Now write down, student, one more question which I am giving you. This is for your homework. Magnesium is in the solid form, turns to the gaseous form. That is, the sublimation energy is 150 kilojoule per mole. This magnesium will release the 2 electron and turns into the magnesium plus 2 gas ion in the gaseous form. That is, ionization enthalpy of magnesium is 1451 kilojoule per mole. And then Cl2 in the gaseous form decompose and it turns into Cl gaseous form. So decomposition enthalpy for the Cl is 242 kilojoule per mole. After decomposition, student, as the electron gain enthalpy, I am writing here only. So you write down the equation. Meanwhile, electron gain enthalpy, Cl gaseous, 2 Cl gaseous. The 2 electron which is released by the magnesium. So the fourth is 2 Cl gaseous plus 2 electron which is released by magnesium, and it gives Cl, and the energy is minus 698 kilojoule per mole. So energy is, electron gain enthalpy is minus 698 kilojoule per mole. And now you have to find the formation of ionic compound MgCl2. You have to find the formation of MgCl2 compound, and the formation enthalpy is minus 1352. The formation enthalpy is minus 1352 kilojoule per mole. This is the formation enthalpy. So student, the same way as you have counted this, you have to do the summation of this, and then you have to just go for the subtraction of the formation enthalpy. Same way here, and try to find out the formation enthalpy of this, and then you just give me the reply out of this two, NaCl and MgCl2, which one is more stronger. Just keep in your mind, more is the negative enthalpy, more is the negative lattice enthalpy, more is the stronger bond. So this is the Born-Haber cycle which we have studied, and from that also student, this type of questions are coming in the exam, that is on the for the 2 marks students. So try to keep in your mind, this Born-Haber cycle is nothing but it is a lattice enthalpy, and the force of attraction, it is directly proportional to the force of attraction. Hope so student, both the topic are clear to you now, and now it's time for yours to just revise, study well, and yes, lastly you have to subscribe my channel student. Thank you so much student.